Well, good weekend all. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening and weekend. And it is Saturday that I'm putting this out, October 26th. This is your weekend edition, so we'll look at weekly charts. I want to make a statement that I won't be here Monday through Friday putting these out, but I will next weekend. So you'll just miss me for a few times, and that's it. I may surprise you and put something out while I'm gone, but I can do that remotely too. We'll see what I want to do. I very carefully picked my time off. I wanted to go, I thought markets would do a certain thing pre-election. We're still in that pattern. And then the excitement gets as we get the election and probably a battle as to who won. I seriously don't believe we're going to go to bed and know who won. That's my own belief on it. I think it'll be contested one way or the other. I think it's that close. If I'm wrong, so be it. Whoever's the big winner, congratulations. And then we get the post-election, and that's always exciting because it also leads us in to the end of the year trading. So I wanted to be here for all those holiday trades and everything, and I will be. So just want you to be aware of that. Israel, as you know, attacked Iran today, Saturday. Our Saturday, their Saturday, but their time differences, as you can imagine. And it looks to have done what the United States wanted them to do. Very precision attacks on what is called military strike zones. Nothing done on nuclear, nothing done on oil, refineries, anything to hurt that part of the market. And I would say that Iran can say that they did a good job of defending themselves, minimal damage, and they will reserve the right to reattack Israel. And we all pray that dies down. This week, Antony Blinken is meeting in Qatar, trying to do another deal with Hamas. I don't see how this gets done, period. I think it's going to end up that Israel's got to basically put a siege, as they've gotten game plan on, for the people that want to fight and just wear them out that way. And at the meantime, if Lebanon wants to keep fighting the battle for Hamas, Israel will fight that battle. If Lebanon finds a way and they distance themselves from that, so be it. I wouldn't see why Israel keeps going. I think there'd be pressure on them to stop that and just finish up what they have. Do I know? I don't have the slightest idea. Do people that are scholars know? They don't have the slightest idea. This has been going on since biblical times. The Jews don't belong in that area, is how many people think. All right. So, as we move on with the markets, now this is your big week in front of the election, right? We then start looking at the election time. It'll be then a countdown to days, and we're at that. We're at about 10 days. The polls are tight as can be. I can't imagine with the error margin that it isn't just a plain horse race and everybody's going to try everything and say everything. You know that. They'll make promises, they're not going to do things, blah, blah, but they don't have all the control. They can do things, the president, by presidential powers, but they need Congress to be behind them, and we don't know the makeup of Congress. So that's going to be important. Is Mike Johnson in or out? He's got to do a lot of work in order to keep himself the big boy there. We will see if that's able to get done. So, when we look at the gold market, we can see that the market's now at an all-time high close at 2740.90. We can see on a weekly basis the same identical thing. So the markets are together, the weekly and the monthly. You can see on the weekly chart this market just took off on Friday. The market still has the pattern of higher lows, higher highs. The market is staying over the 18-week average, which keeps the bullish bias in place. We had these tests back in the summertime, and that was about it. And then we had a test back here at the beginning of the year, and the market took off and never went back under the 18-week. Now, the reality of the situation is maybe the Iran situation tames down and takes a little bit of that out of the market, but nothing changes the inflation. And whoever wins, Democrats, Republicans, nobody's talking of cutting the debt burden. And without that being cut, you've got a problem. Number two, the market is rallying all this time in gold, with yield going back up. Almost every day you're adding something in yield, almost. And you are certainly back up and pushing in the 10-year note, the 420, 425 level. You got to pay attention to all that, all right? And, you know, now what does the Fed do? The market's putting more restraint on the market. Whether the Fed wants to cut the short-term rates, it's not doing anything for the long term. The market has its own idea that this economy is still very strong. And that strength keeps adding. People getting jobs keeps adding to the demand for goods, and that demand, in part, is keeping the gold going. And the other part, of course, is safe haven. Keep spending your way like we're doing, and people want to own things other than the dollar. And the safest thing out there then is what? It's certainly not a brick currency, okay? It's not the yuan. Some people think it's treasury instruments. Other people think it's the gold market. So you keep moving there. Market's still staying up here, a fully embedded reading on the slow stochastic. The gold-silver ratio still staying under the 18-week average, which means on a longer-term basis, silver's still doing just fine against the gold. You can see it, too, is up to the upper Bollinger Band, but unlike gold, not embedded, so overbought. Copper market, be careful. If you get under 429.15 on a weekly chart and don't come back up, you could be headed back down to challenge these two moving averages. You're at a point where the market's got to hold. That's how I'm viewing it. Platinum took off to the upside, went to the upper Bollinger Band area on the daily charts, not quite here on this chart. If it extends, it's 1046. It just seems that anything that's a precious type metal or thought to be, I don't know people that wear platinum, if you will, as jewelry, but they wear palladium as jewelry. We'll see what the market does. Some people do wear platinum rings, okay? Don't get me wrong, but you don't see platinum cuffs, things of that nature. When I look at the dollar index, higher high, lower low, and looking at the market coming up here into the fight of the getting overbought, but no sign that it's backed off yet. So the dollar wins the appreciation value, and that's the important thing. Now I want to remind one and all that while I'm gone, why not take advantage of the free offers that we have here? What happens in these free offers is you'll see them. They'll be on a page like this at iraepstein.com free offers. And each one of these offers you access to something. You can choose as many as you want. As you click them, they go into a cart. And at the bottom of the page will be where you put your name, your email address. We will get things out to you. It might be a day or two late this week, as I'm going to be doing a bit of traveling. My staff will take care of it, though, and pass those around. So it'll get done for you. Take advantage. It's charting, market research, my research. Take advantage. You've got the election coming up. Now the excitement. If you think this has been exciting, wait. There's a lot of big seasonal trades that are staring you in the face. I intend on being here for them and doing my best to try to take advantage of them. I'm Ira Epstein. I'll see you next Sunday.